Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm creating some vintage mixed media tags and I'm going to use Brushos to create the whole background. And here I'm starting by stamping some tissue paper with the vintage antique botanical stamp set. I want to use it as my background layer and I will glue it down with gel medium to my tags. Of course you can use any kind of tissue you have laying around. You can stamp it on your own, or you can use one that is already printed. You need to use a waterproof ink for stamping on tissue when you want to glue everything down with some gel. I'm speeding this process up a little bit so it doesn't get too long. My rest of the video will be in real time. I get a lot of responses that you like real-time videos, and I myself also prefer real-time videos and also videos with voiceover and without music, so I will keep on doing this. I just fill the gaps on my tissue with some tiny butterflies. I'm now going to adhere the tissue with some gel medium to my tags. I'm using a normal scraper tool for that. I prefer this against a brush because you get that brush never clean when you have gel on it. And it's also it gives you a very smooth surface after gluing everything down. I don't mind if I get any wrinkles of the tissue on the tags because I want to have this texture. This is what makes it different from stamping directly to my tag. These tags are cut from mixed media paper. I'm using the Canson mixed media paper, and the dies I've used are from Crayons. It's, I believe, a Dutch company, and they have really nice frame dies. They have them in lots of different varieties, and also they are usually pretty big. In the beginning you saw that I have 3 tags, but you only see me creating 2 of them. They are all made with the same technique. The first one I've made is posted in my Instagram Reels, so there will be a very quick process video of this. And you will also find a link to my blog where you can have a look at the close-up images of the tags. I let this dry a bit. It's not 100% dry, but I was a bit impatient, and here I'm just tearing the overlapping edges from the tissue. This also gives an interesting texture. I'm feeling that the background is very hard and contrasting, and I think I needed a little bit more muted and also more in a shabby look. So I'm using gesso and cover the whole text, and then I go in with a baby wipe to bring back the flowers, and that gives me this shabby look I wanted and also tones down the hard color or the hard contrast. I will dry this quickly with my heat tool, and then I will go in with the Brushos. I'm sprinkling them over the text just like any spice. I love the randomness you get with them and also the color variation. Each color has several different pigments in it, and it's not just the pure color, it gives you really nice, interesting effects. And it's always a bit surprising what comes out. And also you don't need that much. I have a little bit of the violet on one of my tags. You don't need to overdo it. You can always come back with more of them later. I recommend start with a tiny little bit. And you can see it on the left tag. I have way too much violet, and I would just use a paper towel and pick that up. I'm going in with a brush to just move the color a little bit around, but I don't want to lose all the organic texture I got, so I just do this a little bit. I'm adding a bit more of the light brown to the right tag. While these tags are drying, I color in my main images, and I've stamped those flowers from the Flowers Gone Wild stamp set to the Canson XL watercolor paper. It's my favorite paper for coloring stamped images because it's pretty smooth and it's also very thick, and it's perfect when you want to cut out your images. I'm going to use the Brushos for coloring. Of course, you can use any kind of other way to color in your stamps. As always, I will link up all the stamp sets I've used in the video description. As I'm going to cut those flowers out, I don't mind if I'm painting outside the lines. My tags are dry now, and I'm stamping even more texture to them using that music note stamp background just randomly, and those areas where I have a pretty flat looking color without much texture. And what would a vintage tag be without some gold? So I'm using some gold ink from Liquitex and add some splatters to the tags. While the splatters are drying, I'm cutting 2 vases from some old book paper. I've already cut one for the tag I've shared over on my Instagram reels. To give them more dimension, I'm inking the edges with a black ink pad. And here I have cut out my flowers, And I will just arrange them to the text and adhere them with some wet glue. I will stamp a title for each tag, and I just stamp it to the side of it. The words are also from the same stamp set as the flowers. To finish the text up, I'm adding some white splatters with white acrylic ink so they get a more shabby look, and also some highlights. And here are my finished tags. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I wish you a wonderful rest of the week. Bye!